Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to do a little bit more of an extemporaneous video today because people apparently are okay with me doing that. So, unlike normal where I would script my stuff, and I was about to record a normal video where that is scripted and, you know, highly edited, I guess, I came across this video and I wanted to get this out as soon as possible because this is some insane shit that you and everyone else needs to be aware of and apprised of. So, let's take a look at this video, which is called Woman Cries Alleges Assault After Seeing Confederate Flag in Portland Store. Alright, let's start it off.
Hi, so you don't care about having hate flags on your wall? Huh?
How's that hate flag?
A Confederate flag is a symbol of slavery and lynching and raping of black people. It's a hate symbol.
I'm Mexican. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you that's a hate symbol. Yes, it is. What does that got to do with anything?
So this woman is incensed because she saw a Confederate flag on the wall of this grocery store, or liquor store. I'm really not sure which one it is. It looks like a liquor store, in which case, as you will see, she continually complains about having her children. Lady, what the fuck are you doing bringing a child in a papoose to a liquor store? But, as you can see here, what appears to be the owner, or at least an employee, asserts that he's Mexican, and he's not a white supremacist, he's not a white nationalist. He just has the flag up. But she's still incensed. Do you notice? Watch this. Notice how she gives no shits over his claim that he's Mexican. She doesn't care. It's a hate symbol. It's triggering her.
History.
I know my history. Confederate flags.
Black people the one did the Confederate flag, not white people, black people.
What are you talking about? That's a symbol of slavery. That's like having a swastika on your wall. It's no different.
No, lady, I don't think you know your history. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, see, and here's how I know you don't know your history, lady. Because the number of white people who owned black slaves in the South is something like less than 2% when the Civil War happened. The Civil War was an issue of finances before it was an issue of slavery. And, bitch, do you know who owned slaves in the South? It was not hardcore racist Republicans. It was Democrats. Democrats have always been the party of slavery, and you motherfuckers, you continue to do that. There was no such thing as the big switch. Not in the way that you like to frame it. No, it wasn't like one day every fucking Democrat got up and said, hey, I don't agree with slavery anymore. No, you changed what you meant by slavery. You still enslave black people. Now you do it through the use of voting. You do it by making them feel so dependent on the Democratic Party that they cannot leave it. They will not leave the Democrat Party because you have brainwashed them into being complacent and to always voting for you. Black people often, particularly in urban environments, would never even consider. And I was listening to Hard Bastard and Tim Black talk a little bit about this, and it's exactly true. You have brainwashed them. You are the party of slavery. The Confederate flag is a fucking symbol. It doesn't indicate slavery. It doesn't matter if the guy had a fucking swastika on the wall. It actually doesn't matter, by the way. It's his freedom of speech and it's his private business, so get the fuck out, you stupid bint. I'm also a little put off by the fact that this woman sounds almost identical to, like, early to mid-90s Ellen DeGeneres back when she was actually doing stand-up comedy. Yeah, just a side note. And by the way, look, I understand if you don't like seeing the Confederate flag because, you know, you're ignorant, and for some reason you associate that with slavery and you associate that with racism. That's fine, that's your prerogative. Just as it is the prerogative of this business owner to tell you to take your business elsewhere. He doesn't give a shit, clearly. But maybe it's just outside of my understanding to be able to comprehend how just seeing a thing that I don't like would make me this triggered. I see, maybe that's my lack of triggering privilege or something, that I just can't comprehend why you would get so irate over seeing a flag. Alright.
This is shameful. This is everyday deals here in Southeast Portland. And this is where I usually do some grocery shopping, but today we are in here and we spot a Confederate flag. Over there on the wall. And they don't care.
No shit, they don't care, you stupid bitch. They're the ones who put it up. Are you actually mentally retarded?
Bye, bitch. Get your kids out of here.
Okay, so did you catch that? Because that right there is going to be the crux of her entire temper tantrum that she's about to throw. That guy gives her the middle finger, another employee, I'm guessing maybe a co-owner, calls her a bitch, says bye bitch, and flips her off. As far as I'm concerned, again, this is not overwhelmingly egregious or negative. She's being a bitch. Bye, bitch. Leave. Get the fuck out. You're complaining, so leave. It's a private enterprise. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It is their American right to do that. Piss off.
Look at this liberal. Yeah, look at this little whiny bitch here. Hi. Hillary supporter, Bernie supporter, which one do you vote for that lost?
Look at this liberal whiny bitch. It's funny because it's true. Which one you vote for that lost? Hey, though, notice this, guys. Do you see how they're not being violent? They're not even really being confrontational. They're recording her, presumably for posterity, and they're just saying, leave. If you don't like it, you can leave. That's their right, and it's your right as well. That's called living in America, you commie bitch.
Is that why you're in a bad mood?
No, I'm in a bad mood because there's hate symbols on the wall, and I brought my kids in here, and now I have to see hate signs on the wall to go grocery shopping.
The only hater here is you.
I'm not hating anything. There's a, oh my god.
Teach your kids good. Get them out of here.
You're the one who started drawing the store. Go. Go.
You're not hating anything. You're clearly very upset about this flag. Yeah, I could say it's a fair assessment to say you hate it. You're the one who started the trouble. Go. They're not being confrontational. They're just telling her to leave. That's all that has happened. If it seems like I'm going over this a little bit too much, you will find out why very soon. Because, like a good little liberal goy, this hysterical woman is about to claim that she was assaulted, essentially. That she was attacked, and that what is happening right here that we have just watched was essentially a physical attack upon her person. So I really need to get this home to you guys, that you understand this is what she's claiming is assault. And what kind of warped, fucked up nightmare reality do we live in now, where this is assault? And she's not the only one saying it. You need look, pretty much nowhere to see that liberals are more and more claiming that words are the equivalent of physical violence. So is it any wonder that a woman like this would claim that what's happening here, like, okay, you don't like it, leave, bye, is the functional equivalent of violence. Physical violence. It's not surprising to me anymore. I don't think I can feel surprise anymore. Just, fuck, let's keep going.
Okay, this is at 146th and Stark. There's Confederate flags hanging in this building. This is where I do my grocery shopping. Well, I used to. I will no longer ever do grocery shopping here. It's called Everyday Deals. It's here on the corner of 146th and Stark. I was called a bitch for asking about a Confederate flag hanging up. Oh my gosh. I'm floored.
Now, by the way, I do want to point out everything she's actually doing here, giving the location, giving the name of the business, this is all well within her right as a private citizen. Yes, if you felt that you got shitty customer service, and hey, she's not wrong, they did flip her off, and one of them did call her a bitch. Once, by the way. She's well within her right to complain about that. But we will get into it a little bit later on how this shit has flown off the rails. Let's just keep watching.
So again, this is this place. Don't ever shop here. Please let them know. They have two huge ass rugs hanging that are Confederate flags on the wall. And yeah, their response to me was to tell me I'm a bitch.
Well, yeah. I mean, you are a bitch. You were acting like a bitch. So yeah, they called you a bitch. That's also their fundamental human right. That's their right to free speech. If you're gonna act like a bitch, you're going to get called a bitch. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, lady. Are you fucking surprised? That you go in there into someone's private business, you act like a total cunt, and they called you a cunt! They didn't even call you a cunt. They used the nicer version of that. Jesus, you can tell that these people have never faced any adversity for all of the whining and complaining that they do about adversity and about oppression. If being called a bitch is the worst thing that's ever happened to you... Yeah. Oh, I'd call that privilege, motherfucker.
146th and Southeast Stark. The guy that's yelling at me says he's Mexican, so it doesn't matter that they have Confederate flags and that I'm a bitch. Yeah, it's called Extreme. It's this place.
Again, You're a bitch. And he's Mexican, apparently. See, this is a really easy way to get liberals to shut their fucking flapping gabs. Yeah, just point out how you're part of an oppressed class. And here's the really fun thing about that, friends. Everyone is an oppressed class if they claim it. Are you a straight white male? Well, claim you're trans, and now you're oppressed. See, you can get all of the benefits of being both a straight white male because, you know, obviously patriarchy and all, you control everything, but if a liberal approaches you, just claim you're trans, just claim you identify as a black woman, and suddenly you are absolved of all of your horrible, horrible sins for nature of being a white male.
As soon as I asked about it, they started calling me a bitch and telling me to fuck off. Okay, well, you know, please spread this.
Okay, you saw it there already. She's already misrepresenting what happened. Now, the funny thing is, she recorded all this shit, so we know that she's misrepresenting what happened. Yes, they did call you a bitch. Yes, they told you to fuck off. But it's not like you just brought it up. No, you started harassing them. You instigated this, bitch. Lady, seriously, you started it. And then you got upset when they didn't want to have to deal with your bullshit, which again is their right, and your right as well. So just leave. Nothing else happened. They just told you to stop and leave if it made you triggered. That's all that happened here. I hope you guys fucking saw that, right? Oh yeah, you can be sure I'm gonna spread the shit out of this. I'm gonna spread this like your loose vag, lady.
I don't know what else to say right now. I'm pretty shook up. I'm gonna get the kids out of here. Anyway, 146th and Stark, extreme deals, have Confederate flags hanging, and according to them, it's my problem because I'm a bitch.
Isn't it weird when liberals somehow just say the truth and act like it's a problem? Yeah, it is your problem, and you're a bitch. Get over it.
Here. Let me leave so I can get my kids out of here. Please leave me alone. I have to close them in their car seats. Let me be. Do not get any closer to me. Do not get any closer to me.
Okay, do you see how far away this man is standing? He's, what, 50 feet away? Please move so I can get my kids out of here? The guy is recording her with his phone, both of them are, for posterity, because guess what? They know what's about to happen. This woman is going to post this video online and, wait, feel bad for me, please give me pity points, and then go to Yelp and complain about this terrible, evil business that has the right to free speech. Oh, I'm just in tears thinking about it. So, just as she's recording this shit, they're recording that shit. Neither one of these motherfuckers is preventing you from leaving this parking lot, you dumb bint. Just get in your car, put your kids in the car seats, whatever, no one cares, and drive the fuck away. It's seriously like, how the fuck is cyberbullying real, nigga? Just close your eyes, motherfucker, leave! Holy shit! He's letting you be, you idiot! Just leave! Leave! Turn off! Go away!
Do not. Okay. Seriously, please do call the police. This is ridiculous. Get away from me.
You guys comprehend that at this point, this is restraining order areas of space in between these two. If she got a legal restraining order against guy in the red t-shirt, this would be like his right amount of space to be away from her, and she's threatened by this distance? Yeah, I'm sure she's really threatened. It's not just playing this all up to get social media likes now, is it, you stupid, ignorant, repugnant cunt? Call the police. This is ridiculous. Get away from me. Honey, he is 50 feet away from you. How much further do you want him to get? Do you want him to get on an Apollo rocket and go to the fucking moon to avoid upsetting your precious little fifis? Holy
I'm nowhere near you. This is like
You're walking towards me. Two men who are calling me a dumb bitch are approaching me in the parking lot. And I have two small children. Get away from me so I can load my kids up and leave.
You stop running your mouth, you can load your kids up. I'm at work.
You're at work.
I'm at work right here. So what are you doing?
I'm trying to leave.
fuck. No, he's not! No, he's not walking towards you! He's stationary, you stupid, ignorant slut! He has been stationary the entire time! And the thing that's so astounding about this is that she's recording it! This is from her perspective! Oh, friendo, we can all see that you are lying, bold-faced lying as you say this! Like, what do you think, that only blind people use the internet? Or do you think that when you upload this to the internet, that somehow, yes, our liberal indoctrinated brainwashing will just take over and will, like, hack our feeds so that we see what you perceive rather than reality, where this terrible, evil, white male is charging towards you with a knife in one hand and a Nazi flag in the other, or Confederate flag, excuse me, it's hard to keep this shit straight.
Do not get close, because you're approaching me in a parking lot and I have 2 small children. Please leave me alone.
They're not approaching you. And only one guy called you a dumb bitch. They just told you to leave. Leave! This children's shit really makes me angry. This is extremely disingenuous, and it is honestly disgusting when people rely on their children, and we see the left do this quite often of, think of the children, think of the children. Lady, you're the ones who brought them there. You're the one refusing to leave the parking lot because you want to make a little scene. Fuck off. I feel bad for your kids because they have to live with you.
Please leave me alone. Walk away from me. I cannot leave when you keep approaching me from back.
Well, no, you're not trying to leave very hard now, are you? You just need to get in your car and drive away. It's that simple. It's very easy, my friend. Here's what you do. I'm gonna walk you through it because you appear to have some issues, so I'm gonna walk you through it, okay? Here's what you do. You open the door. Now, this might be difficult because the door is heavy, and it might be difficult for you as a woman to open it. That's obviously a product of the patriarchy. You know, you have to do a little bit of movement. Yes, I understand that's going to be difficult. Then you have to sit in the seat. This might also be problematic for you because maybe the seat is just a little bit too far away, you know, from the steering wheel. Again, totally a fault of the evil white male patriarchy that we live in. I am so sorry. I understand it's very difficult, but if you've made it this far, we're pretty much halfway there. Next, you put the key. Now, a key is obviously a phallic symbol, again, a symbol of the patriarchy, and this is going to be very triggering, so I understand if this is the difficult part for you, having to place the key into the slot and turn it. Yes, again, very triggering. It's essentially rape. You are raping your car every time you turn it on. It is sad, but it is, again, the state of the awful patriarchy that we live in. If you can make it this far, we're pretty much home though, okay? Just don't lose it yet. You're almost home free. You're almost able to leave this terrible, triggering environment. So once you've turned the key, you put your hands on the wheel. Again, wheel probably is some sort of, you're controlling it. A lot of psychological theory suggests that more rounded objects are the feminine. So of course, when you place your hands and you grip the round, the feminine object, and you control it, it is of course another symbol of patriarchy, another symbol of how women are oppressed, and I'm so sorry that you're going to have to do that after you raped your car in the first place by inserting the key against its will. But you're almost there. Then what you do, you push your foot against the gas pedal, and you fucking leave! You stupid idiot bitch! Get out! I can't even put on this fucking facade anymore. It's funny, but I can't do it. Jesus fuck.
I was strapping in my car seat and you're coming up from behind me. This is horrifying! Leave me alone! Go away! Please tell him to leave me alone! He just assaulted me in the store, called me a fucking bitch, and now he's following with my 2 kids! Get away from me!
Come up from behind her? Again, they're 50 feet away. She just keeps restating the same shit. You guys understand what's happening here at this point. She is being irrational and irate and yelling in the hopes that some brave, gallant, liberal white knight will come up and rescue her from the terrible white male standing 50 fucking feet away. He just assaulted me and called me a fucking bitch. One of these things is not like the other. One of them's a fact, lady. He did call you a bitch. He didn't assault you. Unless, yeah, you want to be one of those people that redefines the term violence to deal with things that make me upset in words. No, he didn't assault you. He's not coming up on you. He's 50 feet away. Immediately. Now, falling into hysterics. Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Sometimes it makes me really ashamed to be a woman, I swear. This is what she's doing. This is her tactic of, I'm not winning this argument because I have no argument, but I want to be noticed. It's, look at me, look at me. It's that kind of mentality. Everyone fucking look at me. I'm a precious little snowflake. I need to be paid attention to. I need constant worship. Oh, please, no one's paying attention to me. Let me scream a little louder. Shut up.
Oh my god! Yes, I am crying! Oh my god!
Do you need a picket sign?
Okay.
Please tell him to go!
I did. You're okay.
No, I'm not. He just attacked me at his door and he's there following me!
He just attacked me in the store and they're following you. Wow, yeah, this is why I had to make this video today. I had another video to record. I'm gonna record it tonight, but I couldn't wait on this one. This is insanity. Look at this. Look at her entitlement. Look at her liberal tears. She's so upset because she's been so violated. Like I said, this is how you can totally spot a person who has never, ever, ever, ever in her privileged fucking life experienced any type of animosity, experienced any type of oppression, experienced any type of fucking anything that is negative. She has been handed everything her entire life. She's never had to deal with dissent or disagreement. She's always been in the right. And here we have this woman, this is an adult woman, apparently faced for the first time with someone with a different opinion, and she falls immediately into hysterics. Women were a mistake, weren't we? God damn it. So here's your little social psychological shit for today. Do you see how when she was just arguing with these men, regardless of how pedantic and retarded the argument was, she was at least being mostly level-headed? She was just upset. She was angry, obviously, but she wasn't hysterical. She wasn't crying. She wasn't losing her fucking mind. But the second that there's one other person, this other woman who comes up to talk to her, who's on her side, do you see how all of a sudden everything is turned to 11? Yeah, it's because generally speaking, what research indicates is all it takes is one Confederate to totally change the narrative of a situation. One Confederate, just one person on your side. Ever see the movie 12 Angry Men? It's basically a cinematic example of this effect. All you need to do is change the opinions of one person. All you need to do to get pretty much everyone on your side is start by changing the opinions of one person. This is generally called groupthink, but there are other terms for how this kind of complex human behavior works. Yes, groupthink, though, is generally what I would call this. And as we will be looking at very soon, the groupthink quickly has spread across the internet to Yelp. Because, oh, look, this poor woman, and now it's not just her bitching alone, it's another woman, another person has walked up to her, is consoling her, and agreeing with her. If it was just her flipping out, we would not have seen this kind of backlash. It's because of our proclivity towards groupthink when we have more than one person agreeing on a certain issue that this is going viral, that people are supporting this woman and calling her right when they can see in front of their faces through the fucking evidence that she herself has provided us that she's a lying bitch.
What's going on? Please make sure they don't get any closer.
They won't. I told them that they need to leave.
They have Confederate flags hanging in their store, and I brought it up to them, and they started pulling me around and calling me a bitch and saying they're. And then I was driving them to the car, and they came out. There was 3 of them, and they were following me into the parking lot. Daddy, please get.
Do you see her egregious lying here? Her bold-faced lying to this innocent bystander who she is now utilizing for the exact principle I just brought up in order to evoke this sort of groupthink. And it's particularly groupthink when you talk about protecting women because women are generally weaker. This is exactly what she's doing. I don't know if she's smart enough to understand the type of psychological reactions that she's attempting to evoke and she's attempting to make salient, but it's what she's doing. And honestly, given the disingenuous, completely just disgusting nature of this woman, I wouldn't be surprised if she's got a fucking master's degree in psychology to know exactly how to manipulate people. It really is repugnant. And I don't know who this other woman is, obviously. I would imagine she's just probably a good Samaritan who sees a fellow human in obvious distress. And out of the goodness of her heart, I would imagine, again, this is me making some logical jumps, that she sees a person in distress and thinks, obviously something awful must have happened. Not that I saw a Confederate flag and it made me become despondent. I mean, I think at this point, this woman is invested enough in helping, she sees the children, she's not really going to be processing what this stupid bitch is saying on a, consistent and rational level, am I right?
Oh my God. I always shop here. I usually shop here, and then I saw they have Confederate flags, so I started asking them. And then they just started attacking me. Oh my God. They were calling me a fucking bitch and all kinds of stuff, and
No, the last time. They didn't start attacking you. The thing that's, like I said, that's so astounding about this is she recorded it. This is on her phone. This is Zarna Joshi levels of just blatant lying and blatant obfuscation of reality. You recorded it! They didn't attack you! They were 50 feet away, you ignorant slut!
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Oh my god, and then they just started following me in the parking lot. I'm trying to leave with 2 toddlers in their phone. Oh my god. Monsters. Evil people. Thank you.
Again, oh my children, pay attention to my children. Don't pay attention to my words, pay attention to my children. I'm using them. They are nothing more to me than a little chess piece that I can move around to get a little bit more sympathy for myself. It makes me physically ill, to be completely honest. No. You know who's the monster here? It's you. You who are using this type of emotional manipulation to get sympathy, and you knew it was not just going to be from this one woman in the parking lot. You knew you were going to put this online. You did it for the precise purpose of getting as much sympathy as you could, you attention whoring cunt!
They're getting my license plate. They're gonna... Oh my god.
Deep breath. Do you have somewhere safe to go right now?
I'm going home.
Okay. Oh, they don't. I'll make sure nobody leaves, okay?
Thank you.
Deep breath.
This seriously makes me feel ill. It really does. It makes me feel ill. The fact that there are people out here like this, that there are people out in the wild who act like this, who know on some level, because they have to know on some psychological level that they can get away with it. Not only can they get away with it, but they will be actually rewarded for doing it. So from a behavioral psychological standpoint, I guess it's a real no-brainer, is it? What are they gonna do with your license plate? Really, what do you think they're gonna do? You don't understand that that's public information. It's on your car, it's on the back of it, where, you know, everyone can see it. It's there to make sure you don't do crazy shit and run away. It's actually there for a reason by the United States government, which I'm sure you are a great big fan of and you want lots and lots more of. Yeah, I'm sure. This is why I think that other woman's just an innocent bystander. But seriously, do you have a safe place to go? Because somebody in a grocery store called you a bitch? What the fuck do you think's gonna happen, lady? Seriously, both of you. Are you brain dead? I don't understand. Is this what feminism does to people? It just rots your brain out like a cancer? Is that what happens? You lose any ability. I mean, it's Portland, I'm not really surprised. But you lose any and all ability to think about shit logically? What in your most vast, deepest, darkest feminist fantasy of, ooh, I can't wait to see what this horrible white man's gonna do to me. What do you think? What's he gonna do? He's gonna follow you home? And what? And kill you over what? Over you not liking his flag? Okay, yeah, we're officially living in fantasy land now. I can't. So, that's where the video ends. She's very upset and, oh, poor me. So, what happened after this went up? Well, yeah, a bunch of people obviously started raiding the Yelp page of this business. Now this happens in both directions. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If you go to the Yelp page of this business at this point, Yelp is sort of in chaos mode right now, trying to clean up all of the mass of negative comments because they are being brigaded. And of course, when that happens, it means that, you know, 99% of the new reviews that are suddenly coming up out of nowhere are going to be politically driven or ideologically driven and not out of the actual quality or a legitimate review of the business in question. So, of the ones that are still up, I'm gonna read 2. We'll maybe read a couple. We'll read a couple. So, Stephen K. in Portland, Oregon says, "The prices may be great, but that doesn't make up for the poor customer service. Employees who harass and assault customers due to differing opinions should be fired." Maybe she should be fired from her fucking position as a human being for her differing opinions then, I guess, right? Look, it's their private enterprise. They can do whatever they want. The fact that people seem so confused by this concept, and hey, maybe it's because I've been a libertarian or libertarian-oriented person my entire adult life. I don't get this kind of argument. It doesn't make sense in my brain. I don't understand how, hey, they didn't do a thing that I wanted them to do, or they did a thing I didn't want them to do, so they should go out of business. It's fine for you to think that, by the way. But what do you want to do? You want to force them? You want to force them to do everything you want? No, this is not 1984. We don't live in an Orwellian society, Steve. Claire is very incensed. She's incensed about the bi bitch. Of course, I guess bitch is that like as bad as, can I say the N-word on YouTube? No, I'm gonna get demonetized no matter what. Yeah, so bitch is the N-word, essentially, at this point. That's where we're at. Alright, yeah. No, by the way, I think you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. It's just that there is that one word that's really naughty we're not allowed to say. AIZ, everyday extreme racism. Shop here if you crave being verbally abused for asking about their racist Confederate flags. We've been over this. Just hanging up a flag is not racist. Jesus fucking Christ. And yeah, you all need to learn your history. You know, there's a common phrase that history is written by the winners, correct? That's what this is. That is what this is. This is a complete and utter lack of understanding about the reasons behind the Civil War, what the South was fighting for, and just thinking that a simple symbol, a flag, is equivalent of actual violence and racism. Bitch, you made this whole thing up, and look at these desperate liberals who want so bad in their hearts for there to actually be an incidence of racism. That's why they keep fucking doing it themselves, am I right? They want it so bad that they are losing their minds over this video, even though it's quite evident, as you guys should have been able to see, that nothing happened. She lost her shit over nothing. Yet here we have all of these reviews from people, oh, this is so racist, this is so terrible, this is Donald Trump's America, right? God damn it. Okay. Now, let me not be unfair. The page on Yelp has been brigaded by both sides, so you'll see all these 5-star reviews that are saying, oh, it's a great place, it's patriotic, everything is lovely, and then, of course, the 1-star reviews being it's racist, it's terrible. These motherfuckers, though. It's at least good that we're now living in a age where we can fight back a little bit. We would not have seen that 5 years ago, I don't think. By the way, before I go forward, I do want to make a note about this so-called Confederate flag that triggered this woman to the extent where we now have this kind of backlash on Yelp, in addition to her crying in the parking lot. Apparently, it wasn't even a Confederate flag that was being hung on the wall, and if you look back to the video that I showed, you'll see that what she is pointing out is actually a selection of rugs that are for sale, meaning that they were just selling a Confederate flag-styled rug. They weren't hanging it up, they weren't flying this flag in front of their place of business, or even inside of it. They were selling a rug. Now, at least that's what I've heard. I don't live in Oregon because I'm not a faggot, but, and as such I can't confirm this. From what I see in the video and what I've heard from reports, they were not even flying the flag. She got this triggered and created this amount of outrage over a product they were selling. But before I end this video, I have to mention something else. Would it surprise absolutely any of you to find out that this woman is a frequent protester in Portland and a social justice advocate? Oh, it should not, friends, because of course she is. There is no way anyone could be so perpetually triggered over nothing to not fit that description.
If our kids aren't safe and they don't feel safe, they can't learn.
With 3 children attending David Douglas schools, Heather Franklin isn't only concerned after what happened at a recent school board meeting, she's fired up.
I believe he made a racist statement.
She's referring to what this man said, Bryce Anderson, a school board member, as it came time to vote on a district-wide inclusion resolution to basically affirm that schools will protect students against immigration enforcement as well as hateful speech. Here's a snippet of what he said that night.
I don't like the fact of using the word sanctuary.
Whoa. This is weird, guys. The fact that's racist? I don't like using of the word sanctuary? What? I'm flabbergasted. What is happening here?
He goes on to mention the story of Kate Steinle. She was shot and killed in San Francisco, a sanctuary city, by an undocumented immigrant who had been deported 5 times.
So I say, where's Kate Steinle?
Oh, he'd been deported 5 times and he killed a girl anyway. Oh, well, imagine my shock. What? Wow, how really... yeah, see, I can't even imagine how that would have happened. How bizarre.
The only reason I think that he would bring up something like that completely out of place and without any sort of relevance to our children, which was what the resolution was about, was just to align undocumented immigrants as murderers.
No, lady, he's talking about a proclivity towards criminality that we see from undocumented, illegal, yeah, I'm using that word, illegal migrants. Let's get honest here for a second. You enter this country illegally, it means that from the get-go, from second one, you are a criminal. You already have indicated that you don't respect the laws of the United States. I'm not saying that all undocumented immigrants are criminals, obviously not. I'm not a psychopath. But hey, come on. If you're saying I don't respect one law of this country, why is it such an enormous leap to say, well, maybe you don't respect any of the laws of this country? For example, don't murder teenage girls. If you're so concerned about children, friend, shouldn't you be concerned about their lives not being pointlessly ended by someone on a rampage because they don't respect the laws of the United States?
Now the cries for him to step aside.
I will not resign. No, that's the last thing that I would ever do.
Anderson, who has been on the board since 2013, says students would be safe anyways, regardless of an inclusion status.
We're in the business of teaching kids. I think respect for law is an important part of what we do.
Anderson? That's this guy's name? Yeah, you're based. Go you. You get a real big thumbs up from me.
Furthermore, he says the idea of a sanctuary does not belong in a school.
When we disregard laws, whether they be statutes or the Constitution of the United States, we're treading on thin ice.
Oh my god, sanity! It's been so long I've missed you.
That said, Anderson tells me he'd stand up to any ICE agent at a school, but for Franklin, who's already filed a complaint against him, that isn't enough.
I think that when you stand up against bigotry and when you stand up against racism, sure, you might make people feel uncomfortable, but that's necessary, and it's very necessary to teach our children to stand up for what's right.
Ha! Ha ha! Yeah. Oh, when you stand up against racism and bigotry, like you've just shown us, lady. Yeah, your brave stand against those evil white men 50 feet away from you in a parking lot. This is what I'm saying. This woman has never faced adversity, so when she sees even the tiniest speck, the most minute iota of what she perceives as oppression, no fucking shit, she blows it out of the water. She's insane. This is a crazy person. Maybe there's something wrong with her head. I don't know. Or she's just an attention whore. I really can't say. I'm not a clinical psychologist. No, I'm media shit for me. If you guys can't tell, this video really irritated me, as did the backlash to it. That's why I made this unscripted video. I normally don't do that. I don't think I'm very good at extemporaneous speaking, but hey, I will wait to hear some of the feedback to see what you guys think. It will be faster for me to put out videos if you are okay with this format. But yeah, again, I've got a little bit of that self-doubt. We'll see what happens. Before I leave you though, friends, I want to end on a high note, because as I've said several times, I don't like ending on things that are upsetting or make people angry. I'm trying to be entertaining. So let us read the absolute best response to the Yelp page before I leave you, my dear friends. This is a review from Heather F, which I believe is this woman's name. I don't care what her name is. You're just a bitch. I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. But here is the review that this person left. I am going to make this really short and to the point. Of course, it's quite long. I was raped at this store today. I have since put a Black Lives Matter picture as my primary Facebook picture. Brave. Allow me to explain. I walked into a misogynist store and saw a Confederate flag, which, as you all know, due to America's laws banning freedom of speech and expression, is racist and misogynist and black people. I then started to argue with the workers in their store so that I could signal that I was looking for a mate. I then left, making no scene whatsoever on private property and filming my assault because I was literally shaking, and swastikas, and then two men tried to rape me. They approached from 20 to 30 feet away based on my thick-framed spectacles and threatened to call the police. Rape! Fucking rape! Right in the parking lot. I was terrified. Confederate flags and rape. A kind woman then came over to help break up the 20 feet kinetic mind rape, at which point I managed to be cohesive enough to change the camera to my face view so everyone could see how totally upset I was. Oh my god, that I don't believe in because I am too smart for it. Sorry. Oops, broke the narrative. Luckily, I managed to upload it all to Facebook and contact all the local Jewish-owned media. Now, you probably be wondering, I adopted some black slang out of respect for their culture and a lack of literally anything decent, why I rated this place a 5 out of 5. And that is simple. On my way out, I found a proper mate. A black guy to fuck me in front of my husband. So all in all, I couldn't give it such a bad rating. However, I'm still going to milk this and file a complaint to get people who think differently from me fired, thrown in jail, and eventually gassed large scale. We was cucks and shit. Oh, thank you, beautiful, absolutely. Congratulations. 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 Perfect. Absolutely top fucking keck, motherfucker. Wow, I can't even make an unscripted video and not go 30 minutes. Okay. Well, guys, sorry for the length of this. I could not let this one slip by me before it became not relevant. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Aiden Paladin, Altana Volt.